Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 things that you need to get a mortgage. Now, a lot of people think it's just credit score, and that's not the case. The other 2 things you're going to need other than credit score are verifiable income and the appraisal. Now, let's break down each one of these. Let's start with the appraisal. Here's what I mean. If you're buying a house that sells for $100,000, but the appraisal only comes in at $80,000, well, you're not going to be able to buy that house unless, of course, you bring $20,000 to the closing. Now, this is not very common. Usually the appraisal matches the sales price, but you have to keep that in mind. If you had a good credit score and if you have verifiable income, but the appraisal doesn't come in, you're not going to be able to get that house. Let's move to the second requirement, verifiable income. Now, what am I talking about here? When I say verifiable income, the best way to have that is a W-2, someone who gets paid from an employer every week or every 2 weeks. That means you can prove your income via that W-2. Now, there are other people such as business owners or some subcontractors that the only way for them to prove their income to the government is on their taxes with a 1099 or a K-1. And that's fine also. However, you can only prove it once a year. So let's say you make $50,000 this year and you file your taxes with your 1099 or your K-1, you can prove that you made $50,000. But what happens the next year if you make $100,000 and you're halfway through the year? Well, you can't prove that until the following tax season in January. So you would have to go off of your previous year's taxes, even though you're making a lot more money. And again, that's why it's best to have a W-2. Now, if you are self-employed, you might want to talk to your tax professional and see how you can pay yourself a W-2. The third and final requirement is your credit score. Now, there are different credit scores required for different loans. And the main 4 loans that you're going to see are FHA, first-time home buyer, conventional, USDA, and VA loans for veterans. Now, what everybody should strive to get is a conventional loan, because your PMI or private mortgage insurance will actually go away when you get 20% of the property paid off. If you get an FHA loan, you have to pay PMI for the entire life of the loan. Now, you could, of course, refinance that loan, but I'm assuming that if you kept the same loan for 30 years, that PMI would stay on an FHA loan. Now, generally, and these requirements change all the time, a conventional loan usually requires a 680 or above credit score, and you have to put 5% of the purchase price down, but you will get the best interest rate. Now, the FHA loan has a much lower requirement. It's usually a 620 to a 640 credit score, and you only need 3.5% down. And then we can send you to our mortgage experts for information on the USDA or the veteran loans. The point is, guys, I want you to understand that lots of clients come to us and they think that they just have to get that credit score up, but they haven't filed their taxes in 3 years. You have to have verifiable income, you have to have a good appraisal, and you have to have the right credit score. Guys, I hope this helps you get into that dream home. Cheers.